So does today's announcement complete your commitment to roll out the sustainable insurance strategy by the end of 2024?
Well, we still got one more regulation. We're working on reinsurance, but I could tell you we are working practically night and day to really modernize the entire insurance market in California in 1 year. So you can imagine we're working very hard. But today's action gives people more choices to protect themselves, and that's how really we're going to solve this insurance crisis. This regulation is the first of its kind in California and a major step forward towards fixing this outdated insurance practices that has left homeowners and businesses without sufficient coverage, as we know.
What is the big takeaway for consumers with today's announcement? I know you sort of spoke to that, but what would you say directly to especially homeowners?
You know, for homeowners, this is gonna again give us the ability to use technology like we've never had before to make sure that your rates reflect the mitigation that you have done. The millions of dollars that Californians throughout the entire state have spent will now be reflected in your rates, taking that into account for the first time ever. And we're going to be now using up-to-date technology to help us understand where are we going to be at risk in an uncertain future. And as opposed to just relying on outdated information from the past, which no longer services not only consumers, but the insurance market. And so we're already seeing, insurance companies react to these reforms. Just this week, California's second largest home insurance company, Farmers, said it's going to continue now to expand in California. So we're already starting to see the market recognize these reforms that are going to truly help consumers and strengthen our insurance market and bring back insurers into California.
Great. What guarantees are in place that insurers will see more news essentially like we've seen with farmers this week? The more insurers will return to writing more fully in the state.
Absolutely. This is a historic collaboration with insurance companies, with consumer groups, environmental groups, and of course, a whole host of individuals. And this is, we're going to keep them accountable. They said that with these reforms, they're going to come back at 85% into these communities, into wildfire distressed areas. We have the mechanisms in the department to keep them accountable and to make sure that if they don't keep their word, we're going to use every tool that we have to make sure that we use the enforcement authority we have to keep them honest. And so, but look, to be quite honest, this agreement, insurance companies want to write in California. California is still the largest market in the country, fourth in the world. But we need to allow them to use updated technology to meet this moment and to make sure that consumers, of course, get the discounts they need and the appropriate rate so that, again, it reflects the mitigation that they're doing. So this is a historic first for us, but we still, we're not counting our chickens yet. I think that by the mid next year, we're going to see really a much more competitive market. In the meantime, if consumers are having a difficult time finding insurance, contact our department. We have people that are willing to help you understand the current market situation, also understand your choices, your rights, and again, most importantly, help you understand your policy during this insurance crisis.
Yeah, you answered one of my questions about when consumers will start seeing more changes in midway through next year. So I guess my last question is simply, and I hope we can speak after the reinsurance policy comes through, but what are you most proud of in the past 16 months since announcing the sustainable insurance strategy? You've pushed a lot through in that time.
But we're making historic changes. I'm just really proud of the staff at the Department of Insurance who recognize that we're in a crisis, that consumers are hurting, and that we own this problem. No matter, these changes should have happened years ago, but we're in this position now. I'm the insurance commissioner now during this crisis. And so I'm just proud that our department is meeting our obligation and our commitment to consumers to make these revolutionary changes in 1 year. So you can appreciate for any government agency to move so quickly. Really, it goes to say that we take this seriously. We heard consumers, and we're going to make these changes and continue to modernize our market so that we're never in this situation again in the future.